Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 45 of the Everything NYJ Podcast. Your two best friends are back, Liam and Gino. How you guys doing tonight? Gino, how you doing, my friend?
Long day, long week. It's going to keep getting longer with all this jet stuff going on.
It's like full-time job on top of full-time job on top of full-time job, man. I'm going on like 17, 18 hours right now straight. I'm
Amen.
exhausted, but there's just
Yeah,
so
we're
much
all
Jet
exhausted.
content to get out. Yeah, you know, the Jets, they represent the city that never sleeps, and it's it's true, man. I'm not sleeping. There's no
Dude,
sleep going on.
yeah, and
Oh man.
my mine represents the show me, so I'm constantly showing me a lot of
Show
stuff. The show me state.
Absolutely. So before we get into the video, I just wanted to mention, you guys know the drill by now, right? Follow us on all social media platforms at Everything NYJ. If you guys just so happen to like this video, it looks like this. There's a button, hit it, thumbs up. There's also a subscribe button. If you like, if you want to hear more of our content, if you want to help us on, to help bring special guests on, we have wonderful, celebrities on every week. We have all these Jet content creators. Um, we couldn't do it without you guys, man. So thank you guys very much for that. So there's a lot of news going around Twitter, Gino. Twitter
Yep,
is kind of divided right now. And as Jet fans, I feel like we're always divided fans, right? Some of us love the
always.
team, some of us hate it. We can never all
Yep.
just be happy. And
Nope.
the biggest topic on Jets Twitter right now, if it's not Zach Wilson and his mom, if it's not Mekhi Becton, right now it's about the entire freaking roster. The entire
Right.
roster is the trending topic of Jets Twitter right now. There was claims made. We dropped down to the 53. Some Jet fans said, "What are we doing? We have
Right.
all these holes on the team now. We have no depth at the offensive line position. We have no
Right.
more cornerbacks. What are we doing? Where are the quarterbacks? Where are the corners?" We had all this
Right.
uproar. Chris Trevor,
Safeties.
he's gone. Chris Trevor is the next Joe Namath. We have all of this nonsense
Oh,
going on.
jeez. Oh, don't even. Oh,
So,
God.
for those of because everyone seemed to be heartbroken, myself kind of included, because I think Chris Trevor did a very good job. Um, Once
Yeah.
Chris Trevor was released, I think we were all a little disappointed. But the good news is they brought him back. They're like, no, 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 he's still our boy. He's just our practice squad boy. Maybe down the future, maybe sometime in the future, he'll get his QB3, or maybe he even be QB2, or maybe Mike White becomes QB2, because I don't think Joe Flacco. I don't know, man. I think he's done. I think this is going to be his last year in the league. I think he's washed up at this point. Like he hasn't really. I don't know, man. He's just not doing it for me. I don't feel comfortable going into week one with Joe Flacco. So maybe I don't see them ever moving on from Mike White, to be completely honest with you, because I think this was the perfect year to do so. So maybe he becomes QB2, and then Trevor becomes QB3, and then we have our backup quarterbacks, excuse me, QBs, CBs, hold it, get them all confused. We have our backup QBs for the next couple years. Wouldn't that be great?
I mean, I think what Jets fans have to be okay with is, they love Mike White, they love Zach Wilson, and they love Joe Flacco, and they love Chris Streveler. They got him back, but the thing is, I knew we weren't going to cut Mike White, even though I wanted him to be cut. I want Streveler to come in and be that guy. But the thing about Streveler is he's a perfect XFL quarterback. He's a perfect CFL quarterback. I don't think he's good enough to be in the NFL as a starter immediately because he was facing against a lot of third, fourth rep guys and second rep guys. And Mike White, he has before won a game with the Jets before last year. So, but Strebler has shown a lot of signs of I could take over this team. But how is he going to do with actual NFL players, first strings instead of second, third, or fourth strings? I love Strebler. I hope he continues to play for the Jets, but I think Strebler was a great
He's a project
preseason
quarterback.
moment. He was a great preseason moment, and
Right. Yeah, he
I
made
hope
us feel good at the time.
exactly he made us feel good. But as for all these cuts going on, especially at the safety position with Pinnock and Goodry being cut too, and it's just and Riley even. I saw that coming. The Jets always do this every year. They give the fans hope, but then you got to pass through waivers. Then we can sign some guys, and then they can come back on the practice squad. And then we either waiver a guy, like come back and return. And we did this time. We got a couple of guys, but one guy we might cut or another one that we're going to save. But this is what happens. We actually have depth now that we can make all these decisions, and all these decisions were very hard. You could tell Salah and Douglas in the press conference on how overwhelmed they were. So
Right.
it's a good problem to have. It's a stressful problem to have, but overall, the depth is just over time. The depth is either going to come up, it's going to go in the middle, or it's going to go down. I hope it continues to go up, because if Wilson doesn't do good this year, then we have to start talking about on the quarterback. I don't think that's going to happen. I know people are going to be mad at me, but
Yeah.
it's what's going on right now. But I like where the defense is coming from. I like that, but
Yep.
we'll see. We'll see.
Good evening, Vinny and the Jets. How are you doing?
Good to see you,
All
brother.
right. So, for those of you who don't know, um, some of the Jet players that were claimed by other teams off of waivers, we have Jason Pinnock to the Giants, we have Chuma Adoga to the Falcons, we have Guidry to the Cardinals, we have Wesco to the Bears, we have Wild Goose to the Commanders, Isaiah Dunn to the Seahawks, and we have Phillips to the Ravens. Um, there's not really a whole lot of guys. Like, I guess Guidry, I'm a little upset about. Pinnock, I'm probably the most upset about. Even Isaiah
Okay.
Dunn, he had himself a hell of a training camp. But players that were brought back to the practice squad. Now, mind you, we were able to have 16 players on the practice squad. Right now, we have
Yes.
quarterback Chris Streveler, we have Tyreek Black, we have Irvin Charles, we have Kenny Yeboah that came back, Chris Glazer, we had Grant Hermans, Bradley Anai, who I'm actually a big fan of, Jonathan Marshall, defensive tackle. We have Tencel Smart. Nasruddin came back, DQ Thomas, and then Will Parks, the safety. Which I'm glad with all
And
these guys that came back.
Calvin Jackson Jr.
Calvin Jackson, yes, yep. Um, just to go over the team a little bit, I guess we could let's see what does our friend Vinny have to say. Ashton Davis doesn't make any NFL roster. Why the hell is he still here? He sucks. I agree.
I mean, I think that's
I
everyone's
agree.
thing. I
Yeah.
mean, just like Salah's press conference today, I mean, he's good on special teams. He brings a certain character and fire. That's what Salah is saying. But overall, it's like the fans don't want him here, but the coaches and team wants him here. So it's just like Adams, right? It's like Adams.
Yeah.
He's what are we gonna do, right? It's still early though. Like I still think we don't make anything until next week too, because we picked up Moses last year. I know I keep saying that, but I think it's just gonna be a lot's gonna happen between now and next week. I don't even think Mims is gonna even stay. Seriously, I don't think Mims is gonna stay either.
Okay.
Woody maybe. I don't know. They love him, but he's not happy. You could tell he's not happy. See his
Yeah.
interview
No.
today. He's not happy
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all. So
Buffalo Jet fan, what's going on, my friend? Glad to have you here. Huge supporter of the channel. If you guys like his content, go check him out. He has great content on YouTube as well. So I
and
guess
Vinny and the Jets. And Vinny and Jets.
Vinny
Great
and the Jets
contact,
as
buddy.
well. Yes, he
Big fan
does.
of both of you guys.
Um,
Big fan of both of you guys.
so Rich Samini posted on Twitter today. He just kind of went over the entire, the offense. Right now, we have, we know the wide receivers and stuff. We have Denzel Mims and Corey Davis. Um, this is gonna be the starting offense right now. Up here, is this? Oh no, the initial 53. Left
Right.
tackle we have Brown. Left guard we have Tomlinson and Herbig. Center we have no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have McGovern and Dan Feeney. Right guard we have Elijah Vera Tucker. Right tackle we have Fant and Max Mitchell. Tight end we have Azuma, Conklin, Rucker, and Cager. Wide receiver we have Braxton Berrios and Smith. The other wide receivers we have Moore and Wilson, as we all know. Quarterbacks we have Zach Wilson, Flacco, and White. Running back Carter, Hall, Johnson, and Bam Knight. On defense, we have JFM, we have Martin, we have Huff, we have Clemens. We have at defensive tackle we have Thomas and Shepard. We have Quinnen Williams and Sheldon Rankins. We have Lawson, Johnson, and Curry. We have Williams. We have Mosley and Sherwood. Linebacker Quan Alexander. We have Michael Carter II. We have Reed, Eccles, Sauce,
Right.
Hall, Joyner, Adams, Whitehead, Davis. Special teams, we have obviously Greg the Leg. We have Braden Mam. We have Thomas Hennessy and Hardy. Really no surprise here. This is kind of I don't feel like there's really a lot of other players that weren't here last year when we were dead last at everything. I mean, obviously we have a couple upgrades. We have Sauce Gardner, we have Garrett Wilson, we have Brees Hall. So yes, we do have some upgrades. Obviously the tight ends are a big upgrade. It's just now I'm not saying that any player that we cut are these amazing players by any stretch of the imagination but I think, cutting like safeties, like there's nobody better than Ashton Davis. You're telling me that Ashton Davis deserves to be on this team? I agree. I'm not an Ashton Davis supporter at all. I
Yeah.
didn't think that he'd be making the team. I didn't think Ty Johnson was going to be making the team. How these
Sh-
guys are still on
Or
the team?
Shepard. Or Shepard.
Shepard, yeah,
Who would have
they.
thought Shepard would make this team either?
I don't understand these guys. Like some of these guys are just like in. Sal was like in love with Nathan Shepard, and like all he does is like cause penalties out there. Like I don't understand like what
Right.
his infatuation with Nathan Shepard is, and like Vinny Curry making it. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
Well, Vinny Curry. I mean, I could see Vinny Curry, but Vinny Curry's injury is on the short-term IR, so you can't really help that.
No, but he's been on the team for 2 years, and we haven't seen him on the playing field once.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got a point there.
it's like
You got a point there.
I mean, obviously, like Quincy Noon 1 years ago, that was a much different injury. But like one of the main reasons that
Yeah,
we couldn't hang on to him is because he couldn't stay on the field. And your best, you heard Sam Darnold say it back in the day. You heard all these players say it, and it's still true to this day. Zach Wilson saying it. Your best ability is availability. If you're not on the field, what good are you? You could be the nicest guy in the world, but you're on the field to go into that dark place to flip that switch on and to be, to wreak havoc. It'd be a bad man on that football field. If you're not on that football
right,
field, sorry,
right.
dude. I don't know what to tell you. You know?
Well, and I get that, and that's a fair point too. And Vinny, buddy, thank you for shouting out. We always got you, bro. I can't wait to have you on the show next month. Um, Also, it's a week before the week one, so it's these guys are head scratchers, and then there's guys that are being waived, but it's one of those things where we're not in that office, we're not in there making all these decisions, so it's like from what Twitter or Instagram is saying, it's totally different from what they're thinking. I think now they're trying to prove to the fans and for the content creators that this is the best decision for the team, this is the best decision for the coaches. And I get that. But at the same time, I mean, come on, Ashton Davis. I mean, Adams, I can
Right.
see. I love Adams. So it's like I get that. But then Shepard and then Ty Johnson, it's like, okay, wow. And then but then Ashton Davis, like I get it. He's a third year guy. I know some people don't like cutting second or third year guys sometimes. But I mean they cut P Ryan and now P Ryan's with the Eagles. So it's just gonna come down to who they love the most, who are they willing to give up. And even Douglas said today, this team is stronger now than what they were a couple of years ago, which I
Oh,
agree.
absolutely. Yes. Yep.
But the thing is it good enough? That's what we're going
Well,
to have to look forward to in a week and a half for week one. Is it good enough?
I have a question for you. Do
All
you
right,
think
what's
Joe
up?
Douglas has some? Well, because here's the thing. They have like $2 million in like salary cap. The Jets have like
Yeah,
no money.
we have no
Do
money
you
at
think?
all. So I don't, yeah, yeah.
Do you think Joe Douglas has something up his sleeve? I mean, if that's the case, we're gonna have to cut some players. Maybe maybe
I
use
think
like
he does.
Denzel. Because the thing is, we have no depth at the offensive line once again. We have
Right.
Max Mitchell, who's never played a career NFL snap. To me, that's
They
a
love him,
concern.
though.
I
They love
mean,
him, though.
Chuma Doga, I'm not saying that he's a great NFL player by any stretch of the imagination, but he has
Yeah,
starting game experience.
right.
why? I mean, maybe he's somebody that we should have hung on to until we found something better. It's just I don't know where we're going to be bringing in these backups that you know like Dwayne Brown. He was supposed to be a backup, and then
Right, and
Mekhi
now he's a
Becton goes down.
starter. Yeah,
So
yeah.
where are these backup offensive tackles, offensive guards? Where are these linemen coming from that are halfway decent that could play if needed? Do you trust Do you trust Max Mitchell going in to help Zach Wilson? I don't.
Not
Maybe
yet.
not
I
yet.
think give it time. I think I'll trust him giving him time because what he did in college was very impressive. What he's doing in training camp has been slow, but there's a lot of potential there. But I think the fact with McDermott, Hermans, and then Adoga, it just wasn't. It just in my mind, and one thing Joe Douglas is doing is it wasn't good enough. I think he has something up his sleeve. I think he hasn't been getting much calls when it comes to a perfect trade for Mims. He's getting calls. Sorry, he's getting calls, but nothing worth him trading because he wants value back, which I get. But I still think there's something more. There's got to be something more because if you look at this team, where did the depth go? We had so much
That's what
depth.
I'm saying.
Now
That's what I'm saying.
it's not even there anymore. So
The team almost
there's got
seems
to be
barren.
something going on. There's got to be something going on.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind like moving on from Jeff Smith. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the whole thing. It's like I get it because we haven't had decent wide receivers in so long, but maybe you incorporate Jeff Smith in like a seventh round pick or something, and you get maybe a decent offensive lineman. We're not asking the guy to come in and start, but if he
Right.
has to start, I don't want it to be a huge issue. I don't want it to be a significant drop off.
Right.
But Denzel Mims, I don't mind working these guys into a trade package,
That's what I'm thinking
but
is going to happen. Seriously, there's got to
yeah,
be more coming. I think it's going to be a trade and then a trade package, and then we're going to get someone in draft picks in return. That's what I think is going to happen. It happens like clockwork every year. So
yeah,
I'm waiting for
it's
that.
scary right
I'm
now,
waiting
dude.
for that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just feel like all off season long, ever since the draft, the Jets fans were the most optimistic that they've been in probably a decade. This was
Right.
the most positive that like if you were angry, then you were just a miserable Jets fan. Like I don't once once we drafted Sauce and we had Garrett Wilson and
Right.
Johnson, JJ.
Right. Right.
If you were pissed off in like the month of May or June, then you were just angry. Like there was no reason to be upset. And now it just feels like all the momentum, all the air, just been taken out of the room on Jets Twitter. It seems like more than half the fan base is pissed off right now. Me kind of include. I mean, I'm not angry, but I'm concerned. The level of concern is definitely there because like you said, I don't know where this depth is. Where did everybody go? And you're telling me like somebody like Pinnock didn't
They got
have a
waived.
prominent. I thought they loved him. Like and Salah even
Yeah.
said like we're going to be getting rid of players that we don't want to. We're going to be getting rid of players that are going to be going right to other NFL teams. And he always said that's the hardest part. Yes, it is. But you're telling me that Davis is better than like Pinnock or something. It's like, come on. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't understand
Yeah.
the reasoning and the logic. Like, what did they like about Ashton Davis that they don't like about Gidry or what they don't like? I just don't understand how they picked and chose to get rid of
He
these
brings
certain players.
according to Salah and Douglas, he brings character, he brings grit. We've heard that all the time. But and then Adams was special teams and a perfect backup, and they love Joyner. And Joyner's injury prone. He's old, so it's
Right.
like I don't
He's probably going
know.
to be starting.
He is going to start unless Adams just
Yeah.
kicks butt for the next week and a half.
I don't know.
But
But see,
but shout out to
go ahead.
DKB Jets, man. I love you, dude. We got some things cooking, me and you, and I love it. Thanks for thanks for the comment, brother. But go
Um,
on.
I mean, Gino, like, I have character and grit. I'm not also going to be the starting offensive line. I'm not going to be a safety. I don't care how much freaking character they have. Can you go out there and can you play football? I mean, I could play high school football. Like, I could probably go
Well,
put some
yeah,
pads
yeah,
on and go play, like, maybe like with seniors. But like, I'm not going to be go starting for the Jets. I don't understand. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I mean, we've seen Ashton Davis fuck up so much last year. Seriously, what are we doing to bring him back? Like, what has he proven that we said? Have you ever at one point said we need this guy on this team? Like, we cannot get rid of Ashton Davis. We need him here because I never did. I don't know, man. Like,
Well,
I'm not trying to beat
he
a
he
dead
he he
horse.
brings up a good point. Read his comment. Read his
Yeah,
comment.
Davis and Pinnock were multiple pieces, but probably able to develop Davis quicker based on more scheme from
I
familiarity. But
agree with
I'm
that. I
tired.
agree with that.
Yes,
I
yes,
agree with that.
I do too. But it just seems like you know what it honestly comes down to is if
Yeah.
we're probably gonna have to pay some guys now. We had all these guys on
Yeah.
rookie contracts. The one positive is we have three decent running backs that we don't have to pay for the next couple years. But we
True.
also don't have any money now.
We
So it's
don't.
kind of a catch-22. It's kind of a catch-22. Now we might have to go out and sign a free agent, a
We
lineman.
will
Like I'm saying,
sign waiver any
right?
of it.
Some
We're gonna. This
the
isn't
waiver goes by.
safety's
The
not good
waiver
enough.
goes
Safety's not good enough.
no, no. It's not. It's not. Neither is the offensive line, and that has been a major concern since before the draft. It
Right.
has. Because I don't know about you, but like, did you 100% feel comfortable that Mekhi Becton was going to be healthy all season? Because
No.
I had my doubts.
I knew
I
this
mean,
was
I
gonna
didn't.
happen. I knew
Yes,
this
I
was
mean,
gonna
like
happen.
I didn't think he was going to blow out his knee and be out for the entire season again. But like,
Heck yeah, I saw this coming, but I just didn't say anything. But also, it's one of those things where what Becton is, he had surgery, it was a successful surgery, Douglas said. But the thing is, with the surgery is, they said he's going to be better. He'll bounce back fine, and this will take care of him in the long run. I'm in the show me state of St. Louis, man. You got to show me that. You got to show me if he's going to be that.
right?
Two knee injuries in a row, along with Wilson. Two knee injuries in a row, too. That's hard on a guy for a young and older guy. So if they could bounce back, but the technology though is better than what it used to be. So I
Yes.
I, I agree with that part, but I don't want to rush Wilson. We all know Becton's out. Don't rush Wilson until like week 2 or week 3, and
Well, they're
and then
saying he
see
might
and
be
then
able to
see what
play week
happens.
one
I know. I hate that. I hate that.
because
That's
he's able
just
to
me.
walk around. Yeah, yes. But
Whatever.
see, like even like the
Whatever.
thing with what I'm starting to learn,
What are you starting to
and
learn, Liam?
I used to not believe it at all, but I'm starting to realize that on Jets Twitter, where there's smoke,
Okay.
there's fire. If everybody is
Where
saying,
you been?
well, no, because how many? I won't even tell you where I've been.
don't tell anybody.
No,
Go on.
we might not be allowed back on YouTube if we do. But
Go on.
anywho, I used to kind of not believe the beat reporters. Like I used to think it was kind of like a lot of
Yeah.
BS because there's no leaks coming out of One Jets Drive right now.
Right.
But everybody was saying that Mekhi Becton's overweight, and sure enough, he kind of comes in overweight. He wasn't in the best. He went for this crash diet, which a crash diet never works. Like I'm an athlete, I know like wrestling, MMA.
Yeah, I'm not too much into that.
You can't. Well, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to realize that you can't lose 30 pounds in a month and be healthy. You can't do
True.
it. Speaking on like a personal experience, I used to wrestle 132 my senior year. One time I came in at 140 and I had a tournament the next day and I had to get down to at most 132. I could not be over
Yeah.
132. I lost 8 pounds in
Right.
a day. I went home. I was shaking. I was throwing up. I was a mess, dude.
Well,
And
there you
I
go.
performed. I performed like crap the next day because you just
Yeah.
can't lose so much weight in one day. Your body can't handle it.
Right.
So not to go off onto like a Mekhi Becton tangent here, but
Yeah, we
that's
don't
kind of
need
what he
that.
did. That's
Well,
kind of
not
what he did,
only
though.
yeah, they need to keep him at 350 at least. But getting a vet
And
in free agency was already the plan. Looking at how things planned out, you guys would have leaned towards taking a tackle with one of the top picks. Um,
no, nope,
no,
no.
no, I would. I don't think. Nice question,
Max Mitchell was
JP.
the right way to go. I mean, like
I think,
I'm
yeah, I
happy
think
to
Mitchell
get
was the
one in
right
the
way to
later
go for
round.
sure. Yeah,
But I
it's
thought they would have
just,
brought somebody else back in. I was hoping that they really
yeah.
would have been able to keep Morgan Moses. That would have been nice. Instead,
Well,
he's on the Ravens now.
not only that, I thought we would pick up someone on the waiver, and I thought we would get another free agent, and then waiver free agent, and then either make a big trade to get some tackles coming back. I wanted it all grounds, all grounds. I want to see it from every angle to get
Yes.
an O lineman back and to get a safety back because of all the stuff that happened yesterday and today, in my opinion.
I think those are the two biggest holes on the team. And people are gonna hate me for this, and like I
I'll
see
say
both
it
sides of
anyway.
it. I agree with what Joe Douglas did, but do you think, looking back at free agency, it's all hindsight now, did we really need both, CJ Azuma and Conklin if we were going to be drafting Ruckert? I feel like we could have used one of those to draft to sign an offensive lineman, just because we've known for a while now that we need depth at the offensive line. This is not a surprise. We didn't wake
Yeah,
up one day and go, "Oh shit, we need help at the offensive line." Yeah, we've known this, which is
yeah,
why we addressed one in the later rounds. But I still would have liked a veteran.
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's just maybe it's me. I would have liked to keep Morgan Moses or somebody like that,
yeah.
man. I
But the
mean,
thing,
GVR.
but
I don't even know if he's playing. Do you know if is GVR in a team? Is he still in the NFL? Do you know?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
But
either.
but I know they said earlier in the year that they would like to have him back. I think like June or something, April, June, that they were like thinking about having him back. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
and
I
it just
but
didn't work out for whatever.
I could see him coming back though. GVR, I could see
I
it.
don't think he's coming back. I don't. He's
Hey, I
kind of the
don't
one that
rule
hurt
out
Makai
anything. With the
Becton.
Jets, I don't rule out
Yes,
anything.
you're right. I mean,
Shoot,
because
we
they
brought
had
in
Joe
Michael Vick
Flacco.
and Frank Gore, and I didn't think we needed it then, but we
Oh,
did what they
look
did.
what we did. Look what we did
So
with Joe Flacco. We let him go. We had him in the
yeah,
building. We
then we
let him go,
traded
and then
for
we
him.
gave up.
We traded
Yeah,
for
then
him. So
yeah, we trade
like
draft capital for him. Oh my God.
exactly.
We
I don't
can't
know,
s- we
but
can't say same old Jets, man. But I'm concerned.
no, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Not yet.
But
Some people are
but
though.
yeah, some people are, but I don't think we're done yet. We're not done yet. There's no way we're done yet. So
I'd hope not. I mean, what was it, like 12 o'clock today? We were able to start like screwing around with the waiver wire or something. I know there was something at like
yeah,
12 o'clock that we were able to do. I'm just surprised that Joe Douglas didn't immediately go out and snag somebody. But you know how Joe Douglas is. He seems very slow and methodical. His plans seem to be very well thought out.
yeah, exactly. So,
But
but guys, this is it for tonight. Have a safe night, guys. We love you. Like and subscribe and comment. We'll be back tomorrow and this weekend because this is just going to get more crazier as week one comes. I'm coming to week one game. Ooh, it's going to be good. I'm,
can't
I'm
wait,
really
man.
looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
And yes,
All right, we're
speaking of the
gonna
Jets, we are coming to the home opener. Hit us up, buddy. Hit us up.
yeah, hit us up. We'll definitely give you some information. We're just gonna be walking around. We're not tailgating at any one specific spot. We want to meet all of you guys. But we're gonna end on a positive note real quick. Chris Strevor is back on the team. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, I know. For now.
All right, Gino.
All right. Love you
My
guys.
friend, it's been a pleasure. Good night.